Yo, chat. What's up? Let me make sure I can hear myself first. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. What's up, guys? I'm back. I was on vacation. I'm back now. I know. It probably didn't seem like it, though. I mean, I stream, like, so infrequently. I think my last stream was 13 days ago. Yeah. I mean, I could have just been at home the whole time, too. My follower count said 6 earlier. I don't know why it updated then stopped updating. Anyway, okay. What's up, guys? What is up? I'm still super paranoid about not being able to hear anything. Much like that last stream that we had. Okay, we're good. Yo, last stream when I had my mic muted for like 30 minutes straight. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, we're good. What's up, chat? I missed you guys. I was gone for a minute. I'm back now. There's a couple things I've changed. I tried to like look into some like plugins and stuff, but honestly, it's kind of complicated, and I'm not trying to make it that complicated. Like, as long as there's like an alert box when somebody follows, and like you can hear my microphone and whatever, like I don't really care. So I didn't put in anything crazy. But I do have like a banner now, like on my Twitch. It's got like a cool banner. Yeah, I know I've got, levels of aura, you can never compete with. I mean, if you go look, it's literally just like a basic banner. I think you can like barely see the words yuqisona in it, but it's fine. So yeah, I got that. It didn't really change much else though. Because I realized there's not really much that I feel like needs to be changed. Like, I feel like, yeah, my streams are pretty bare bones, but in like a good way. Like, I don't need like a ton of like flashy stuff, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I feel about it. Not like I don't feel like I need to add more changes. But we'll see. Anyways, that's what's changed there. I'm back now. Oh, we also have a schedule. I say like with quotation marks, like there is a schedule in my Twitch now. This is true. There is a schedule there. It's currently set for Saturdays or Wednesdays and Saturdays. From like 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That time will definitely fluctuate. I never start a stream like past like 4 p.m., 3 p.m. So it's like pretty realistic in that sense, and I never really stream for more than 2 to 3 hours at a time, so that's fine too. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna try to uphold that to the best of my ability, but like I said last stream, I don't really I'm not trying to be super scheduled, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think I'd be able to uphold it most of the time. Definitely don't see myself streaming more than like 2 days a week, at least for right now. Would it probably be better if I did more? Yeah, but I always yawn when I'm streaming. I don't know why. I literally I just got out of bed like 2 hours ago. I'm still drinking my coffee. Like, there is no reason to be yawning right now. Anyway, so I've got that. And today is Saturday, and so I guess we're kind of on schedule in that sense. So Wednesdays and Saturdays, yeah. Could be Tuesdays and Saturdays. Could be Thursdays and Saturdays. I don't know. Shit. Just look out. I'm working on a schedule. You know. Should hopefully be you should hopefully see me more. That's my point. Anyway, so that's what I got going on there. Yeah. So one thing about my channel that I want to start doing is I do a lot of games, as you can tell. Haven't really done anything else other than play games. But I do want to also do like other content. I think that's probably also going to be hard because, you know, if you're not on one niche, you know, a lot of like YouTube, Twitch, like, you know, it just doesn't work out. Like if you don't have one niche, it's harder to show your content, I guess, or build an audience if you have multiple things going on. So I feel like it's pretty hard to do that. I guess I need to figure out like what niche works for me first. So I'm kind of in that limbo right now. I mean, I have plenty of time. Should I have 6 followers? Like, we're gonna be fine. Like, I feel like I can do that for a while. Like, just play around with a bunch of different stuff and see what works. But yeah, I feel like, you know, if you're doing like multiple different types of content, it's really hard to build like a proper audience. But anyway, one thing I really wanted to do, like when I started streaming, is I also just wanted to talk about stuff that I find interesting. That's not only just gaming. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with y'all, I don't even play games that much. Like, I'm away. Like, I don't even play geoguessr that much, anymore. Like, I'll get, like, super fixated on it for, like, a week or 2 straight, you know? But then, I just don't play many games, like, in general. So, I definitely want to, like, use my channel to talk about other stuff. Just general commentary. I feel like that's something I've always wanted to do. So I feel like it would make sense to do that, obviously. I'm just not really sure how to go about it. Because another thing I realized is I don't like editing YouTube videos. Holy shit, that takes forever. It takes so long. It takes so long. Oh my god. So I'm not really sure like how I want to go about doing all this stuff. Like, do I just want it to be like a stream thing? Do I want it to be like YouTube, whatever? Anyway, so one of the first things I wanted to talk about, actually, in terms of like commentary, is this thing on TikTok that I have been seeing for a minute. Also, here's another thing I'm trying to figure out before I start. Like I want to talk about it on Twitch, like I am right now, but like if I talked about it on Twitch, that also mean like I want it to go to YouTube. Like I would edit a video, but like my thoughts on Twitch are not scripted. Like they're much more like just off the dome. You know what I mean? So it's like, do I want to like take my clips from Twitch and turn that into a YouTube video, or am I gonna like redo my entire thing and then like post it on YouTube? I don't know. That's another thing. One is obviously gonna take much more work because I would need to script it, but I don't we're just gonna see like how much bullshit I say, really, and go from there. I guess I don't know. Give me 1 second. Okay, so there's this situation on TikTok that has been like, I wouldn't say all over my feed, but it's definitely something that keeps coming up in my feed, you know what I mean? Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on, I don't have a TikTok account. Let me see if I can pull up her TikTok for y'all. But basically, there's this girl on TikTok, and she is essentially moving to Afghanistan to be with her husband, who she met online. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find her actual TikTok, because whenever I search a girl moving to Afghanistan, it's just like random people who are talking about it and not actually what I want to see. Anyway, there's this girl. She's moving to... Okay, okay, I found it. Yeah, hold on. Oh shit. Yo, I'm in the void. Okay, there's this girl. Her name is Alex Sunny, and she's moving to Afghanistan, essentially, to be with her husband. Yo, what is happening in my throat? And people on TikTok do not like that. Because, well, I mean, I don't blame them. The concept of moving to Afghanistan is already bizarre, for a lot of people. So I understand that sentiment. So yeah, I mean, from everything from what I've understood, she's moving, she met this guy on Snapchat, and they got engaged, I believe, and also married. I think they got married. I'm like pretty sure. She says husband, so I'd assume. And she decided to move to Afghanistan to be with him. And the reason I'm talking about it is not so much that I am dogging on this lady in any way. I actually wanted to talk about it because of the truly insane comments and reactions to this girl that I have seen online. Like, actually just like backwards, like kindergarten level thinking skills that I have seen, that really like just kind of shocked me. And I just wanted to talk about them because I feel like, number one, it's very frustrating to like go on TikTok and see videos about this girl and just the most brain dead takes, in my opinion, that set people, like, set us back as a society. And the lack of like critical thinking skills that I feel like a lot of us have. Like, I just feel like critical thinking has gone out the window in a lot of situations. Or I saw a comment on a completely separate video that I felt like explained it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But like, just, we don't want to think, like, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, basically she made it to Afghanistan. As you can see, she's made it. She's here. And a lot of people have taken that as like everything that she has posted about Afghanistan, people have tried to, like, I've seen like numerous like weird like borderline conspiracy theories about where she is. Um like what like these first two, hold on, let me move myself. These first like anyway, so here's Italy. Like and girl, this looks like a construction site. So immediately like just I guess they are like they're not that serious, but it's like already like setting the tone of like how people are reacting to this. So yeah, people are not excited by this idea. And you know, there's good reason for this to a certain extent. So obviously Afghanistan is not, you know, peace. I don't want to use that word. Afghanistan has, you know, it currently is in a lot of turmoil. It's under the control of the Taliban in most of its areas. I believe the Taliban seized control over Afghanistan again in 2021. It could be 2019, 2020, 2021, I believe. More heavy control in 2021. And this includes, but is also not limited to, a lot of oppression against women, a lot of really awful wrongdoings against women, and rules about women and how they're treated and how they're supposed to behave, etc. So that includes, you know, full, like, I don't want to say full because I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of different things, but in a lot of places, a full like burqa covering. Education is very limited. Very limited. Education and to like college, I believe, is limited for women. In lots of major cities, there are no places for women to receive care, and also just general wellness for women, like no like spas, no like salons, I believe. This is all off the top of my head, but essentially the Taliban has limited a lot of, you know, basic human rights for women in a lot of areas. I don't know about the entirety of the country, but in a lot of places where people live, essentially, it's dangerous. Well, not dangerous. I don't know. I haven't been. I don't want to say dangerous, but like bad. A lot of women's rights have been taken away. This is true. So of course, you know, when people hear I'm moving to Afghanistan, they you know, they're like, oh my god, like, do you know about all of these things? And that's kind of where the main discourse for this comes from. Hold on, I forgot to open my Twitch chat. And that's where a lot of the main like discourse about this situation is coming from. Which is, my opinion, understandable. You know, no one wants to see somebody possibly go through, you know, a lot of human rights violations that they didn't have to go through in their home country because she lives in America, I believe. So yeah, personally I think that's fair. I think it's fair to be concerned. But another thing I will say is that a lot of people are comparing they're claiming that like Afghanistan is essentially like North Korea, like they're like twins. Um, which, which is also like okay, sure, like people visit Afghanistan often. People go in and out, you know, and a lot of her videos, there are a lot of comments from Afghani people who are like, you know, I travel in and out, and they share their stories and like how it actually is for them to live there. And sometimes like, yo, where I'm from, like it's more lax, or like where I'm from, like this happens. And this is getting into the main issue basically, which is that whenever like somebody shares their experience from Afghanistan, people will reply and say, yo, thanks for the Afghanistan propaganda, Lamau. Like, I'm not believing you. Like, you're like a spy for propaganda. Like, like that's the reason why I have some of these screenshots up here that I'm gonna show later. But like the way that this situation is being taken from people on TikTok and people on social media is also allowing them to just think that they can speak about other people's life experiences however they want, and decide that their life experience is actually not true. Like a lot of people in TikTok, the main issue here is that people are choosing not to listen to Afghani people and their experiences and what they've been through, because they want to essentially make fun of this girl. That's kind of the consensus that I've come to with the comments that I have seen. They want to use like how quote unquote crazy her idea is, and how she seems as a means to not like listen to the actual experiences and reality of Afghanistan, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense. And a lot of it, I will just say, is racism. Like a lot of it is just blindly taking one thing about Afghanistan and running with it. For example, like, actually, I don't know if I want to use this as an example, but I will just say Afghanistan is one of the most beautiful countries I have ever seen. It is a gorgeous country. Did her video right there that I just pulled up like really like sell it very hard? No. But like this is, I don't know, like this in my opinion is very pretty. I mean, not this exact spot right here, but I have been to places that look very similar to this, and in my opinion, it's beautiful. So to comment, girl, this looks like a construction site, like, I don't know, it's just, it rubs me the wrong way, like, a little bit, because it's like, okay, like, if you don't agree with her and what she's doing, that's fine, you know? You know, that's a whole different conversation. But don't be dogging on a whole, like, place just because of her. I don't know. That's my opinion. Yeah. So, so basically, hold on, I need to like reset my brain, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again. I hope y'all are following what I'm saying so far. I hope it makes sense. I just need to pull up, oh shit. Oh my god. I hope y'all can hear that. I had to open up another tab real quick. Okay. I'm done tweaking. My fault. So, yeah. Basically what I just said. Anyway, so I just want to talk about, I would say my thesis here is conversations like this, where two things can be true at once, need to have more thought put behind them. Like, the two things that can be true is, one, yeah, it is pretty weird. Not weird is not the word I would use. It is strange, it's taboo, it's frightening to see someone decide that they want to move from America, where we have a lot of privilege, to a place where there is significantly less privilege. Especially for women. Yeah, you might be concerned. But it's also not that event, that situation, that reality existing is not an excuse for racism. And it's not an excuse to basically like have a conspiracy theory about her in the entire country. And it's not an excuse to it's not an excuse for racism. That's just, I feel like that's the word I would use here. Because a lot of it, in my opinion, like, is just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, when you choose, like, not to look into something, or, like, not, like, you're willingly just not, anyway. So I want to go through a couple screenshots here just to illustrate what I mean. Because I kept getting a lot of videos about her, on my For You page. And a lot of the comments just kind of, like, showed me, like, what bothers me about this situation so much. Because it's not even her that bothers me, like, that bad. Like, yeah, like, girl, like, I am a little concerned about you. But it's not even her that bothers me about this situation. It is the public reaction to it. So I want to just go over a couple screenshots that I found. Starting with, just go in order. Okay, so starting with this one, TikTok is banned by the Taliban across Afghanistan. This is clearly being allowed as propaganda. She is still in danger. So immediately, I don't know the status of TikTok and social media and, firewalls or bans on it in Afghanistan. That could be true. Let's move on to the next sentence. This is clearly being allowed as propaganda. Now, this is what fries me. If you go on TikTok, there are many creators who are Afghani, who live in Afghanistan, who make TikToks. Like, there are people from Afghanistan who make yo, these are real people. Like, these are real people who make videos. And a lot of them will say, like, not like the bad things about Afghanistan, but they will speak out on certain issues. So are they all propaganda as well? I don't understand this. It's very clear that her account blew up, but it like, I'm just so flabbergasted by this comment, and I'm straining my voice a bit. 1 second, y'all. I just don't understand this logic. I think it's pretty obvious that nobody came up to her and said, we're actually gonna keep letting her make TikToks because it's propaganda for our country. What? Like, what? You know how many people, like, are currently live in Afghanistan and make TikToks? Like, I don't understand this. And they don't blow up. That, like, I don't... Also, 90% of her videos were when she was still in America. She's only made like 2 videos of her in Afghanistan, by the way, because she just got there. So to claim that she's only making these videos because either, you know, the Taliban like let her, like, what are we saying? Like, actually, what are we saying? I don't get this at all. I don't, like, I'm just at a kind of a loss for words at this, because this is like conspiracy theory levels of like delusion, in my opinion. And like this reply right here says, you know, TikTok is not banned in Afghanistan. My cousins are on it and make their own videos. Just look up videos right there. You know, a VPN could also be in use. Like, I'm not denying that either. But the claim that it's being allowed as propaganda, I don't, like, so many things could be true, but, you know, this insinuates so much more. Like, this insinuates that, you know, like, I'm just at a loss for words. I don't really know what to do with this comment. Like, people... Okay, I think we just need to move on. But I just have to, like, this comment is just so insane. It's just so insane. Let's move on to the screenshot too. So here's a photo of her, which I believe is from her TikTok story. It's a photo of her. Clearly, it seems like she's in the country already. Yeah, normal photo in my opinion. And then the person here, who I did click on their profile, this Gond collection, and they do appear to be Afghani as well. They also stated here, she says, I have been to Afghanistan, my home country, as a woman a year ago, and I'm going again in a few weeks. Y'all are so overreacting. So, clearly, this is... Okay, hold on, my throat. So clearly, you know, this person is Afghani. They've been to Afghanistan. They're sharing their own personal experience. You go to their TikTok, that their videos are like AI generated. I don't... But, like, they're not LARPing all of a sudden as an Afghani person, is what I'm trying to say. So they share their experience. I will say, the y'all are so overreacting comment. That's, you know, that's their... I don't know. I don't have, like, I can't, like, speak on that, but I think it's fair to worry about Alex Sunny a little bit, because, like, the prospect of her moving is very interesting and a little confusing. But, like, I think it's fair for people to have... She posted it online, people are going to have a reaction. I wouldn't say it's overreacting. That's just my opinion. So yeah. This is someone sharing their experience, who's been there. And the reaction to this was not, okay, I see. Thank you for, you know, like I see, thanks for sharing your experience. You know, I don't know who the original, like, poster of this TikTok is. It could be that... Yo, I'm pointing at my monitor like anybody can see me. It could be this like, there's this little person like right here, and they appear to be a white woman. I It could be the OP, I don't know. I didn't watch the full video. I just went to the comments because it made me mad. But so I'm gonna go in here with the presumption that this is a white woman. If they're not, no, that's my bad. And I'm also kind of assuming, I assume that like most of the people in these comments are American. Just because, you know, I'm American, I'm on American TikTok. A lot of the videos that are going to be shown to me, 95% of the time they are of Americans. All comment sections in English. We're talking about an American person. I'm assuming these people are American. Anyway, so the response to that comment, which is somebody sharing their experience, is weird flex, but okay. Like, bitch, what do you mean? What are we flexing? You know? Like, that wasn't a flex. It very clearly was not a flex. I have been to Afghanistan, my home country. I went a year ago, I'll be going again in a few weeks. Weird flex. I don't really... Like, am I tweaking? Like, I don't feel like that's a flex. That's just somebody sharing their experience. Because we're on a video about a girl moving to Afghanistan. Huh? Like, and why is that your reaction? I don't get it. I don't, like, just this brain dead ass comment. This brain, like, I don't get it. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is, like, it's the same energy as, like, seeing, like, a really long paragraph and then responding, like, I'm not reading all that. Like, oh. Then don't engage. Like, shut the shit up. Anyway, so yeah, I don't, and these responses here, I get them. I don't think saying y'all are overreacting is like the right thing to say here. You know, that's her personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. And I just felt like the weird flex, but okay, it's just such an insane thing to say. And even with these responses, like, you know, if she's been, it's her home country, she's Afghani. Do you not think that she also knows about these issues? You know? To come into her responses and tell her about all of these things that are happening. You know, wouldn't you think that she also knows that? Probably more than you do at that. You know? Like, she probably does know more about this situation than you do. Again, not saying that telling everyone they're overreacting is like the best thing to say, but I digress. Anyway, again with the propaganda thing, she doesn't even understand that they use her for propaganda purposes. What? Like, what in the hell does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean, bro? She doesn't even understand. I think she understands. Like, I think she knows she's making TikToks. Like, yo, I think that she has a brain and she knows that she's holding a phone and making TikToks. Like, what? And like, this response says, she says, I mean, she's the one who started making the TikToks. The guy's been minding his own business. Exactly. Clearly. She made the account. She's been making TikToks in America. Like, her whole TikTok is like, most of the videos are of her in America. Nobody has control over her then. You know, I mean, in like the sense that somebody's forcing her to make TikToks about how amazing Afghanistan is while she's in America. You know what I mean? I'm sure, you know, people, like, who knows, like, what control, like, say her husband has over her or whatever. But these videos were made in America. She made these of her own volition. So to claim that she doesn't even understand that her own videos that she is making are for propaganda is like the most brain dead thing I think I've ever heard of in my life. Like, what is there not to understand? If it's so simple to you, like if it's so obvious to you, why would it not be clear to her? She's making the videos. She's in the country now. I don't understand this logic at all. Like, I want to know, like, how they came to this conclusion. Like, what do you think happened? Like, what, like, what do you think happened for her to not know this? Or, like, what is your fan fiction? I just don't understand this claim at all. Much like the first screenshot that I shared. It's just, I'm kind of, like, at a loss for words with that one. Let me take I need to drink my coffee before it goes cold. Oh shit. My fault, y'all. I got a new coaster, and it doesn't stick as well as my old one did. Like, whenever I pick up the cup, it just... The coaster comes with it. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Alright. This is rage bait, like, level 999. Alright. Let's keep going. Our next screenshot. So, I didn't take a screenshot of this entire thread, so I'm going to explain a little bit of the context. Basically, there was a comment, I don't remember what it was, it doesn't really matter, and somebody responded to it, saying that they currently lived in Afghanistan, and they were sharing some of their experiences, like, with daily life and their country. Just, like, saying how it was. They never said Afghanistan is the greatest place on earth. They never said, oh, none of this is true, none of this never happened. Like, they never said, like, women, like, have all these rights, whatever. Like, they didn't say anything, in my opinion, that could be possibly described as propaganda. It was genuinely just their experience and what they... I've cut up... Their comment is a little cut off here, but it's like, you know, like, we are an Islamic country. Islamic guidelines about trust and respecting religious and cultural beliefs isn't considered important in many religions. True. Respecting religious and cultural beliefs is important in any religion. Completely normal, level-headed, probably the most neutral, lukewarm take I've ever seen. And this random, again, like, guys, maybe I'm the woke one here. Maybe I'm the woker. The wokester. The one friend that's too woke. But again, I'm American. TikTok wants to show me primarily American made TikToks, creators, etc. I'm pretty sure the original poster of this TikTok is a white woman. And as you can see, the responder, this person in the screenshot here, is like a middle-aged white woman. My point with that is that I feel like it's pretty clear that they have assumedly they have no experience, like, with visiting Afghanistan or really knowing much about the culture or really like literally anything else. Like, yeah, you can tell I'm trying to be nice, but like what are we doing anyway? So to that very level-headed comment, this person responds, "Yeah, okay, you're just here to spread propaganda." And then she attaches this screenshot, which is an AI summary of whatever she googled. I don't know what she googled, but it basically talks about some of the rights that Afghani women don't have. I'm sure that a couple things in this screenshot are true, but it becomes very difficult for me to take somebody's opinion or stance or anything seriously when they attach an AI summary screenshot of like anything. Like, it's just like, it immediately kills like all of your points, in my opinion. But what killed me is that the original comment was basically just about like, it was basically like how Islam works, to my understanding. Like, he was not like trying to claim that women have like all these rights that they actually don't or anything. It was like a very like normal comment. So to respond that way with an AI summary screenshot of like something they weren't really talking about was just so random. And also, a lot of people were like claiming that they didn't believe that they lived in Afghanistan, or like are you like, wow, like you're LARPing basically. So when they did finally like share their experience, the first thing that they're being told is, you're just here to spread propaganda. That's what kills me. Like, this is basically, this screenshot basically sums up the entire reason like why I'm talking about this, because it's very frustrating to see people online sharing their experiences and their life in a very level-headed and respectful way, in my opinion. The original commenter was was not saying anything insane at all. So it's very frustrating to see people like literally just sharing like the most normal, basic comments about their life and getting responses like, you're just here to spread propaganda. Like, what are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? You're just here to spread propaganda? That's your response? Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god, you're dumb. Oh, you're dumb. Like, it's like mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. Hold on. I feel like you can tell that I yawned there because of my model. And so basically, like, this is just the main issue. It's like, how are you gonna create a space where people can dog on this entire situation with really no context and no awareness of the issue that they're talking about? And then when people who do understand it come into your comments and try to explain their life and their situation in their country, you can't just allow people to say, yo, you're LARPing. Yo, you're just here to spread propaganda. That's just not true. Like, it's just not right. And on an individual level, it frustrates me more because, like, what if you were in this person's shoes? What if you're trying to explain a situation that you went through and people just say you're spreading propaganda or you're lying? Like, it's the same sentiment, so it really bothers me. And that's just a big issue that I had with this entire situation. It doesn't even have to do with Alex Honey herself. It's just people's lack of awareness about, in my opinion, a very important country who has a really long history. And to a certain extent, you know, you can't blame these people. I guess you can't blame these people completely because, you know, the entire American like system like has been set up to have a prejudice against not just people from Afghanistan, but, you know, I'd say people from the Middle East as a whole. Like, our country is very set up to like not like in education, I suppose, in government, in daily life, like a prejudice has been like set into our culture to have a prejudice against people from Afghanistan, people from the Middle East as a whole. And this is a very long-standing issue, so I guess I can understand that, but still, it's very frustrating. Later on they said, like, why don't you post yourself doing things? And then the person was like, well, I don't really want to do that because I don't like to share my face online. And then they got, like, clowned on too. So it's like, okay. Again, another comment. No one believes your Taliban propaganda. And I get it, like, if this is like a one-off comment, I guess like I shouldn't have taken it that seriously because like, yeah, there are people always going to be rage baiting in TikTok comments, but this was like a very common sentiment across the TikTok. Like everybody, I mean, as I've just shown you, like a lot of people are saying like, it's propaganda. I'm not falling for your Taliban propaganda. Like what? What? What are we saying? You know, like, there are actually people who live in Afghanistan. I don't know if you know that. Like, there are real people there. Real normal people. Just like you. Just like me. Not, like, not everybody who lives in Afghanistan is a part of the Taliban. Do you realize that? You know, like... That's just what's so frustrating. Nobody in these comment sections can share their experience being an Afghani person without somebody else who is assumedly American saying that they're a part of the Taliban and then that their existence and their comment is propaganda. Like, that's just insane, you know? So, that's just another example of what I'm talking about. Again, I feel like she was hired to spread propaganda. What? What? What are we saying? What are we, what? Huh? What? Like, I guess this is more plausible than the comment that was like, she doesn't even understand. Like, would you rather say she doesn't understand they're using her for propaganda, or would you say she was hired to spread propaganda? What? But, and then this person here, I think they're using her for propaganda, and she doesn't realize it. Huh? What? Like, this is basically these people's mindset. This guy went on Snapchat. This one singular guy went on Snapchat, got in a relationship of like 3 years with this American girl, who, I want to say, let's see, let's look through her, let me close Streamlabs. She doesn't have a lot of videos. I don't know when she started making videos, but I know that she had described a period of like 3 years where they had tried to get her husband a visa. Visa, I'm pretty sure. A Pakistani visa. Or it might have also been a Turkish visa. A bunch of different no, not Turkey. Like Kazakhstan, I think. Turkmenistan. Pakistan. A couple of different countries' visas. Like, this was like a very long process, like a 3-year process, whatever. So, He went on Snapchat, met a girl, went through like a 3-year long, like, a whole ordeal to try and get a visa to move to a different country. Then when that didn't work, she decided that she would give everything up to move to Afghanistan for him. And he did all that for the Taliban? What would the Taliban gain out of that? As far as I'm aware, she probably wasn't making social media content when she first met this guy. Like, that's just my assumption. I don't know. But considering I haven't heard anything about her life over the last few years from anyone other than her. There's been no like videos I've seen. There's been no like previous social media accounts that I've seen during this time. It was just something that she described in her own TikToks as of recent. So he went after someone with no social media presence for the Taliban. Like, this just doesn't make any sense. And say somehow that this was a propaganda scheme. Wouldn't the main goal be to bring her to Afghanistan first before he ever tried to get a visa? If he wanted her to come to Afghanistan to make propaganda for the Taliban, he tried to get a visa in multiple countries for like 3 years straight. Why? Like, you see how the math is not working here? Like, why would he go to a different country if the whole point was for her to come and make propaganda? Like, hold on, let me say this in like an actual real sentence. Why would her husband spend 3 years trying to get a visa for multiple different countries to leave Afghanistan if the main goal the whole time was to bring her to Afghanistan to make Taliban propaganda? Why? Why would he ever have to think about leaving the country then if that was the case? See how that makes no fucking sense? No sense. So, these comments are just brain dead in my opinion. They just do not. I don't understand. Maybe she was hired, that is the only plausible conspiracy theory I can think of in my opinion. But how much is she getting paid to leave her country to live there? Are they really paying her that much? Like, shit, think about it. She would have to get paid enough to want to leave her home country. She's not of Afghan descent, as far as I'm aware. I believe she's half Jordanian and half something else. I don't know if it's half white or something else, but I'm pretty sure I recall her saying that she's half Jordanian. Leave her country to move to Afghanistan. How, that's probably going to be an absurd amount of money. Do you think that they're paying this random girl an absurd amount of money to make Taliban propaganda? Just think before you comment. Think. I didn't even think about this as much when I screenshotted this, and now I'm thinking about it now. It makes even less sense than it did when I originally saw the comment. What the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck is happening? It makes, the opposite amount of sense. And then this notion that she's being used for propaganda and she doesn't realize it. Another comment that says this. And then she'll make a good pie post or simply disappear. What? I just don't get this. Using her for propaganda and she doesn't realize it. She's making the videos. She is the one making these TikToks. And she was also the one making these TikToks in America. like, if this same person made this comment before she had gotten there, what would their reaction be to it then? How would she be using, I don't. And then there's this comment here, as an Afghan, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Hotels like that are usually only accessible to very rich people, which is why it's so empty. I can't speak on that. That's their experience. I saw from a lot of other Afghani people in the comments that the reason why the hotel looks so nice is that, yes, it is particularly for foreigners. I did see that. I also saw that apparently a lot of other social media influencers or people who create content on YouTube who have been to Afghanistan have stayed in that hotel before. So at least we have more context on that. A lot of people were calling the hotel like straight out of a horror movie, and dogging on it, which in my opinion is also just a very strange thing to say. The reason why the lights weren't on is because, you know, Afghanistan doesn't have, like, power needs to be conserved, so the lights are off. Like, they don't have the same, I don't know how to describe, like, not the same electricity. How do I? Anyway, so just insane comment here. Well, I've got like 2 more. Yeah, this, exactly what I just said. This is what bothers me a lot. I don't know who this girl, I don't know. Let's, hold on. Zoom in. That also looks like a white person in the profile picture. Could be wrong. This is pixels here, but it just this. Oh. Okay, so this girl says, as an Afghan, yes, everything is weird, but the hotel isn't creepy. Not everything has to be westernized to look quote-unquote normal. Exactly. I agree with this a lot. There was recently also a video of, somewhat unrelated, but there was a video, I saw a couple weeks ago, of a tour of a $1.2 million house in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. And the house looked fine, in my opinion. But the comments were filled with people calling the house ugly. And that, wow, what a waste of $1 million. Essentially, because you know, the house was not built with Western ideals of architecture. It was not a Western house at all. And the comments are full of people, you know, dogging on this place, calling it ugly, a waste of money, it looks bad, why does it look like this, etc. Just a bunch of people with a very westernized view on the world coming in saying, wow, this house is so ugly. Similarly, because it wasn't a Western brand of architecture. And the same thing is going on here. You know, I don't remember exactly how the hotel looked like, but I do know that the lights were off in the video. And I've seen that pretty easily explained, which is that, you know, electricity has to be conserved. So yeah, I feel like this is a very, like, true comment. And then somebody else replies and says they are just being racist and bullying her man. This is just embarrassing. Single people need jobs. And I will say racism is definitely a part of this comment section. Just so many rumors and random, like, shit that's just being made up about Afghani people, and every Afghani person that comments is actually working for the Taliban and their Taliban propaganda. What? Like, in my opinion, some of the comments that I've seen definitely have a hint of racism in them. So I also think this comment is fair. Mostly about the racism part. I mean, I don't know about the man. I don't know what to say about him. So yeah, two pretty fair comments in my opinion. Then we get to the most insane response I've ever seen, which is quote unquote racist, and it's a cunte. If you're gonna dog on somebody, at least spell country right. And it's a cunte that forces women to wear burqas and can't speak in public. LMFAO. I don't know what fa means. So basically this person is trying to say, wow, you're calling it racist? No. This is probably the most insane comment I've ever seen. I cannot believe it got 115 likes. Like, I don't even know how to address this comment. Quote unquote racist, and it's a country that forces women to wear burqas and can't speak in public. Huh? Again, two things can be true at once. Yeah, women are forced to wear, quote unquote, forced. It depends in so many different situations. The situation in Afghanistan is so complicated. Forces women to do a lot of things and can't speak in public. Those two things can be true. You know what also can be true? That people are being racist. These two things can be true, and trying to claim that because a country oppresses women, that people are allowed to be racist to that country is insane, by the way. Just insane. Just insane. Like, claiming that, like, what? Like, this, I don't even know what to say. Like, you can't be racist because, like, there is no excuse to be racist. I don't, what? I don't get that at all. It's just such an insane comment to me. When this entire comment section, like, clearly has a lot of elements of racism, and just, even if it's not per se racism, you know, bigotry and prejudice towards people from Afghanistan, like, that's pretty clear. We've seen a lot of prejudice. So just to claim that, insinuate essentially that you can't be racist, because the people who are ruling the country are doing bad things. It's just probably the most, like, I'm just kind of dumbfounded that such a comment could even, like you had to type that out. You also had to type out cunte. Like, and again, I just want to reiterate, from this profile picture, I also think that this person is white. Like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm really at a loss for words. So that's that comment. Moving on to the last one. I know we're almost at the end. Oh, in one video that she shared in her hotel, she was just giving a tour of the hotel, basically, and there was a coffee cup that she'd been given, which had, like, it looked like an off-brand Starbucks, like, logo on it. Like, it just looked off-brand. And I was kind of shocked to see that people in the comments, like, cared so much about the cup. Let's see. So here's, like, her tour. I'll unmute it, I guess.
This is the lounge area, the entrance to the hotel. These are the elevators. This is the view from the elevator.
Like, here's your hotel. I'm gonna mute it. Like, yeah, it's dark. Whatever. Yeah, I guess it does look like a little like creepy because all the lights are off. But as far as I'm aware, it's to conserve energy because these are very like I'm a small business. I'm not sure how to describe it, but here's a. What does she say? Let me see what she says about this cup. Hold on, I muted it.
The little kitchenette area featuring Starbucks coffee and a mini fridge.
Featuring Starbucks coffee. The cup is empty, okay? Like, this is not that big of a deal. She could also just be joking, like, look, like, it's a cup that says Starbucks on it. You know? Have y'all never, like, here's the thing that just blows me away. It's pretty clearly, like, probably, like, an off-brand, like, cup, like, could have been ordered online, just a cup in bulk, like, a cup that shows that it's coffee. And people are taking it as if it is, like, the biggest conspiracy theory on the planet. Like, losing their fucking minds over this cup. That cup has, like, spawned, like, thousands of comments. This cup right here just looks like a normal-ass cup with a Starbucks logo on it. Probably not made by Starbucks. Who cares? You know? Also, this comment here is driving me insane. You didn't want a man from Italy or something. Again, this person here, not any better. Yeah, true. Oh, I'm in the way. But the immediate insinuation that a white European man could, like, well, why didn't you want a white European man? Why instead of an Arab man? Like, oh, huh? That does not sound good. Like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? What, you didn't want a man from Italy or something? Like, what a... Oh, I don't know how to feel about that comment. So I don't see any comments about the cup here, but and yeah, I agree with this comment. She's really just sharing where she is in the hotel. Like, what part of this is propaganda? Yo, look at Starbucks cup. Everybody come to Afghanistan right now. Like, she clearly did not say that. It's just such an insane thing to say. Again, with this is definitely propaganda. Fish, what is you on about? She's a woman who wants to make TikToks. She also happens to be going through with a pretty out there situation in her life, which is choosing to move to Afghanistan. She also happens to like making TikToks. Oh. Okay. So now that we've gotten that was the cup. Just a random ass cup. So with that cup, we get these comments. The coffee cup she showed had Starbucks logo from the Bush administration era. Oh, okay, that's fine. You know, I think someone else mentioned that, like, well, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't matter. Like, cool, you know. Those cups were probably sent over a long time ago. I don't know. Could have also just been off-brand. I don't know. It's not really the problem, but then somebody says, yeah, they caught her. Photoshop logos onto her cups. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even know what this comment's trying to say. What is she? Who caught her? Who caught her? Who's Photoshop logos onto her cups? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm so lost right now. Like, I don't understand what this is like. Yo, a schizophrenic is talking. Listen and learn. What the fuck? Like, what does this mean? Photoshop logos onto your cups. I don't know what that means. I really don't know. Like, are they trying to say that the people in the hotel knew she was coming and Photoshop Starbucks logos onto her cups? Are they saying that she Photoshopped? Which, it's a video. Again. She spent hours in Photoshop and After Effects editing a Starbucks logo onto... I don't know what this comment means. It's just so insane to me. So, okay, we've kind of reached the end. And I just, again, the Starbucks cups are from the Bush administration. Thankfully, most of the comments about the cup are actually more normal than I assumed, so it's fine. I didn't think the cup was going to be that much big of a deal, but I guess it is interesting that those cups are probably that old. And again, they don't have Starbucks there, so it's either an independent cafe posing as Starbucks, but using a late logo to avoid copyright. Which, in my opinion, I feel like they probably don't even have... I don't know what copyright laws are like in Afghanistan. For example, when I went to India, I went to a quote-unquote Starbucks. Because as far as I'm aware, the copyright laws for organizations, I guess in particular food organizations, are different. Because the Starbucks that I went to was not, you know, an actual official chain of Starbucks. Or it could have been, but, you know, there wasn't really a way to know. Same goes for other restaurants. Like, some of my friends went to, like, a Popeyes, I think. Was it? Something to do with... Oh, no, KFC. They went to KFC. There's no... The copyright laws there are not the same as they are in America. You can open a KFC, and you can use the KFC logo if you wish. This was a huge, like, KFC in, like, the central of Delhi. It wasn't, like, in the middle of nowhere or something, you know. So, copyright laws are different. That didn't really matter. I just wanted to bring it up. But just the obsession with this coffee cup is just so interesting to me. So okay, never mind. Back to the cup. Look right here. So this person says, just for your information, there are no Starbucks in Kabul, and that's a fake logo. We know that. We got that. Don't worry. Then this person says that this hotel and logos, etc., are all fake propaganda props to give foreigners a false image of how quote-unquote great it is, like the fake cities in North Korea. What the fuck am I reading? What in God's green earth am I actually reading right now? This is a local business using some random ass cups. They want to, you know, it's coffee. When you want to show it's coffee, we'll put a Starbucks logo on it because Starbucks means coffee. Like 1 + 1 = 2. So the insinuation that Alex Sunny is being given a cup that says Starbucks on it to this person also, like, this also insinuates that she's stupid enough to think that because she was given a random cup in a hotel that says Starbucks on it, that there must be a Starbucks nearby. Number one, she's in a hotel. The hotel probably gave her this cup. It's just insane. It also just, like, demeans her intelligence. I don't get this either. But then to say that she is being given, this is all over a fucking styrofoam Starbucks cup. It's a fake propaganda prop to give foreigners a false image of how quote-unquote great it is. What is the greatness in the styrofoam Starbucks cup? What am I missing? What are you missing? I'm so... I'm really just at a loss for words in this situation. Like, fake cities in North Korea. There's a fucking cup. Like, just the level of, like, delusion and borderline racism is just really insane to me in this situation. This also appears to be a white woman. And again, this person says, why are you lying? It's just a locally owned business trying to replicate the American businesses. I've seen these a lot in Middle Eastern countries. I've seen it in India. This is not an uncommon practice whatsoever. This comment is just right. And then they just continue to argue. Again, Starbucks is a popular global brand, so locals open their own ones. And again, I'm from Pakistan, and whenever I visit, they have fake logos / replicas of big American companies all the time. It's exactly what I'm talking about. So to claim that it's a fake, like, to compare it to a fake city from North Korea is the most fucking insane thing I've ever seen, in my opinion. Just all of these. It's giving North Korea propaganda tour. I'm gonna call the embassy if you miss a day of posting. I don't think there is no US embassy there. So so that's kind of all I want to talk about on that. Let's go back to the chatting room. So I hope everything that I showed you made sense. A lot of these screenshots, I tried to give as much context as I could for them. I didn't screenshot the entire context of some of them, and that's my fault. But just to reiterate, my problem, people can think what they want about her moving to Afghanistan. It's definitely a choice. Definitely a choice. Really big, life changing, it's a big moment. It's a big decision that she made, and she made that decision. That's her. It's her life. And I think if you're posting that on social media, it's fair to expect comments questioning you. You're posting, you have millions of views. It's fair to question. It's fair for people to question, are you okay? Are you safe? Have you thought about it? Things like that. That's all fair. In my personal opinion, I do think that moving from a place with a lot of privilege and the life that you're used to a place where you you know you will have much less privilege is definitely a choice. But I can't really say anything about that. But that's not the thing I'm talking about, you know? The issue I have is that people see her videos. People see other people calling her crazy, stupid, what are you thinking? I'll be on the documentary. I'm gonna call the embassy. You're making a mistake. People see comments like these as the top comments on every single video and use that as an excuse to be racist. I mean, that's what it is. It's a lot of the comments are either A, just a lack of knowledge on the entire situation, the entire history of Afghanistan, the way things work, etc. Just blind assumptions, or just racism. You know? And that's the issue that I have. It's really frustrating to see these videos come up on my feed and see so many people just use it as a means to I mean, it's just spread rumors, you know, like claiming that it's just very frustrating when Afghani people will come into the comment section to explain how their life works, how daily life is for them, to explain certain questions, and then the only response they get is, "Yo, Lamau, get out of here with your Taliban propaganda." Like, what the fuck are we saying? So, that was my main frustration, you know? So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I'm not sure how much of this will make it into a YouTube video. I might make a YouTube video. Just need to figure that out and like how I'm gonna do that. So if you watch this video in full, I appreciate you. I hope that what I said made sense. And again, it's completely fair to be confused about the situation or be concerned about the situation. But it's another thing to dismiss people's real life experiences and the actual people that live in that country and what they've been through, and just claim that they're Taliban propaganda or that what they said isn't real, etc. It's just very disheartening. I just feel like it shows like how like distant we are from one another, and we just choose not to understand things. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, all right, chat. I'm gonna be right back. Probably gonna be like 5 minutes or so. Then I'm gonna hop on some Genshin and we're gonna finish that quest. Summer quest. Yeah. Alright. Let's go to the be right back screen, and I'll be right back in a couple minutes, y'all. Okay, I'm back, but we might have a small problem, which is that when I started OBS, I didn't start it as an administrator, so I have no idea whether I'll be able to actually stream Genshin or not. Let me see. Oh, yeah, chat. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to stream Genshin without restarting my entire OBS. Which I don't think I can do while I'm streaming. I don't think I can. Hold on, let's see. How to start streaming Genshin with OBS already running. Can I start OBS without ending stream? So stream might be okay. So stream might be shorter than I thought, I guess. I'm gonna try something. If it doesn't work, the stream's gonna go offline. I'll probably just stop streaming. Cause almost at the 2-hour mark already, so it'll be fine. That's gonna suck. And if it does work, then we'll play Genshin for a little bit. So if this is the end of the stream, then I appreciate you coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me talk about some bullshit basically for like almost 2 hours. Yeah. So if this doesn't work, then oh well. If it does, I'll be right back. So I'll just say thank you for watching and bye for now if it doesn't work. Let's see. It immediately crashed. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay. Oh, what? Yeah. I'm sorry, chat. I'll pay more attention next time. I'm sorry. I'll see you guys very soon. Wednesday, I think. Could be Tuesday. Could be 2 days. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. My fault, y'all. Damn, I'm dumb. Alright. Goodbye for now. Bye.